Guten Tag and welcome back to Vox Terra. Today I want to share with you a really important website that's NASA's Global Climate Change, Vital Signs of the Planet. It is so important because we live in a media and educational environment that largely ignores the devastation to our biosphere wrought by the excessive burning and use of fossil fuels and petrochemicals. Well, when it comes to climate change, formerly called global warming, NASA lays out measurable examples of fossil fuel-initiated climate change. Number 1. Carbon dioxide is up 417 parts per million. Now, I've cited to you from NOAA in the past as well. We, in quotes, or consumer capitalism, if you want to look at it that way, is dumping about 40 billion tons annually of carbon into our atmosphere. CO2 is a heat-trapping greenhouse gas, released not only through natural means, but since the start of the Industrial Revolution, increasingly deforestation and the burning of fossil fuels. And human activities have raised CO2 by 50% since the start of that Industrial Revolution, and levels have spiked exponentially since 2000, and it is the highest it's been in 650,000 years. So we are altering the very composition of this atmosphere. That's real, that exists in objective reality, and all to defend business as usual. Well, number 2, with that rise in CO2, and don't forget about methane, global average temperatures are up 1.01 degrees Celsius or 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit since 1880 and rising. Distressingly so, 19 of the hottest years have occurred since 2000. And this extra 2 degrees of heat isn't just, comfortable warming. It means more heat waves. And that hotter atmosphere retains moisture more and pulls more out of the soil. 3, Arctic sea ice is down 13% per decade since 1979. And that loss of ice isn't just boo-hoo poor polar bears, it's poor us. Losing that ice creates what are called feedback loops. Less ice, less heat reflected off the planet, more heat absorbed, and less ice. 4, ice sheets are down 427 billion metric tons per year since 2002. Well, just what is an ice sheet? Well, citing National Geographic, an ice sheet is a mass of glacial ice more than 50,000 square kilometers. They contain about 99% of the fresh water on Earth and are sometimes called continental glaciers. 5, sea level rise, 3.94 inches since 1993. Now again, according to NASA, global warming brings that on in 2 primary ways. 1, the added water from these melting ice sheets and glaciers, and 2, the very expansion of seawater as it heats. And this sea level rise isn't just, poor coastal cities someday down the road. It's here and now with greater storm surge and something called saltwater intrusion threatening coastal freshwater supplies. Number 6, ocean heat has risen 337 zetajoules since 1955. And warmer oceans don't mean it's just more pleasant to go for a swim. This is devastating ocean ecology. Famous examples are the coral reef bleaching and increasing toxic algal blooms. And my last 2 points. Why does it matter? It's getting warmer. Heck, I'll take it. You ever heard anybody say that before? I'll take it. Well, no, you won't take it, because are you also taking, along with that pleasant day in the middle of winter, are you also taking the increased wildfires, these storms this is ushering in? Well, how is this ushering in an era of increased unstable weather and changes in disease? As I've cited to you before from Natural Resource Defense Council, Union of Concerned Scientists, and even NASA and NOAA, these hotter air masses retain more moisture, so when it rains it pours, or it just doesn't rain for a long time. That increasing Arctic heat is messing with the temperature differential from the pole to the equator, the very force needed for the natural circulations of those oceanic and atmospheric currents that have stabilized our climate. And as they weaken, you can get these crazy winter cold snaps, Arctic air just slumping further south than it used to, or southern air pushing further north. And with that weaker jet stream, those weather fronts, be it dry or be it wet, can just linger in place longer and longer, and that storm or tropical storm or hurricane can just pound and pound. Or the forest can dry and dry until it ignites. All life forms are on the move, migrating to try to reestablish their comfort zones. And this includes disease-bearing mosquitoes and ticks and bark beetles that are harming the forests. And worse, the feedback loops are kicking in, so Mother Nature is now saying basically, well, if you guys wouldn't listen and cut back on your fossil fuel decades ago, I guess you must really want it hot. So the example I gave you earlier, that receding Arctic sea ice, now we reflect less heat off the planet, more heat gets absorbed, and this cycle continues. Well, what about the climate deniers and dismissers who are going to post comments like, NASA, you can't trust NASA, or post some alternate, quote, theory explaining our heating planet, or say it's not even heating at all? Well, it's really just the opposite of what they say. Fossil fuel petrochemicals are among the most powerful industries on our planet with influence in governments. If anything, agencies like NASA and NOAA have been tiptoeing around the issue, not wanting to offend these industries. And it's only the courage of lifetime civil servants pushing back against some of the political appointees that has allowed the truth to come out at all. And most or all even of these fringe theories and counter explanations have been funded at some level by petrochemical fossil fuel dollars. So don't be like that frog in the pot of boiling water. Make climate change in our environment and getting away from this toxic greenhouse gas laden economy towards a less polluting, less consumeristic, healthier one your political priority. Vote environment. And hey, I hope you found this video useful, interesting, entertaining. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. You've clicked the notification bell so you know when I'm putting up a new video. You're liking, you're commenting, and until next time, and as always, peace be with you.